Hello, so this is how I identify a price trend. Okay, so this is the Euro USD, and if you never traded before, if you just looked at this chart here, if you look from the top here, reach the peaks, this is a monthly chart, and so that is the year 2014, and as you can see, it's been going down ever since, and now 2024, and here's where we are at the moment. The yellow line there, that is the 200 moving average, which a lot of the traders will use as a long-term moving average indicator, which normally when the price goes below that, it's on a downward trend, which is what it indicates here. The price has crept up just about a couple of times here. I've got two other moving averages which I use to indicate a price trend as well. So the black is the 5 moving average EMA, and the gold is the 21. So when the 5 crosses the shorter, you're in a short-term trend. As you can see, it crossed there, crossed here, but then it went back up again. This is obviously on the monthly. We can come back down to the weekly. If you look on the weekly, we can see if I move it forward, so we're into this year, so this is the start of the year. That was 2023, it was going up, and let's get to 2024. And then this is 2024, and as you can see, this little bit here, it's been going down, it's come up a bit, now it's coming back down again. As you can see, it's still below the 200 moving average at the moment, and as you can see, we've had this big trend here. Now obviously you're not going to be trading since 2022. That is more if you're going to invest for those years, but it's always good to look at the higher time frames, because it just gives you a general idea of where the price is going, and then you trade within the time frame that you want to trade. So this is the daily, so I'm on the daily chart at the moment, and as you can see here, 2024 is beginning of 2024, and it's been coming down, and then towards the end of February it's been coming up again. So I was in this trade coming down, so as soon as the black, which was the 5 moving average across the 21, I was in this trade coming down, and then it took me out just about here where the black line has crossed, and then it's gone back up again, and I was in on this trade, and unfortunately, as all systems, not every single trade is going to work out, so it started coming back down here, and this is where I've gone short at the moment. And as you can see, it has started to come back down. The 5 moving average across the 21 hasn't quite crossed the 200, though the price has, though it's starting to come back up again. So that's on the Euro USD, so that's one trade. I mean, we can also look at, if we go to the this is the Aussie US, and if we go to the monthly, as you can see, the monthly, it's yet again, because the Aussie US and the Euro US, they're correlated pairs, which means they move in the same direction, and I've got trades on both, which means I can either more or less double my profits or could double my losses. So you have to be careful when you're trading correlated pairs. So as you can see here, from 2013, like the Euro USD, it's been going down. We've had a big downswing. This is the weekly. If you look at the weekly, yet again, you can see here, since it's 2023, with 2024, there we are, it's 2024, it's been coming down, it's tried to go back up again. Now I'll just cross to the daily chart, because you see these two blue lines here, I've put in the bottom one here. In fact, this is basically a year, so where are we? 2011, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So since 14th of January, and right up until now, as you can see, it's very much been trading within this range. This is the bottom of the range here, where I put the line here. So there is some support here. So it might come down as far as here. At the moment we're on 6526, so it could go down to 6443, and it might not even reach that, or it might reach that and it might break that support, because obviously support doesn't stay forever. If it breaks the support, then that support will then become resistance. And some traders will buy on the pullback. So when it reaches what they guess is a support, they then trade on the pullback on it pulling back up. I tend to trade with the trend, but there are opportunities either way. So that's on the daily. So I'm short on that at the moment. I mean, you can go down to the 4-hourly chart as well, and you can still see trend within that. Obviously, it's a bit more volatile. It's gone straight back up again, but since the 21st of March, it's been coming down. You could have traded that. I mean, if you forget all the moving average lines and that, just with your naked eye, you can see trends. And as you can see, this is on the 4-hourly chart, very big one from there, 29th of December, so since the end of the year. And wow, if you traded that, that's on what, 6799. And if you go on the 5 and the 21, 67999, I guess it's coming up about here. So 600, so nearly 200. So yeah, so you can trade on the 400, the 4-hourly, the hourly. So you can see trends with any time frames. Obviously, I think if you had the longer time frames, for example, the monthly, which you're not necessarily do monthly, gives you the bigger picture, but you wouldn't trade the monthly as such. The weekly you might do, but certainly the daily, if you're on the daily chart and you're trading that, the trend tends to be more accurate, whereas you get trends, for example, if we go all the way down to 5 minutes, you can get a price trend. See, even in 5 minutes, you can still get a price trend. This is the 26th of March at 2:05, and you can see it's gone all the way down, almost broke there. But if we were just going on the 200, and it still hasn't broken the 200 there, and that's on the 5-minute chart. And what did we go in at? We went at 6541. And it 6526. You can see there's a big trend there. So you can use any time frame. I use the daily. Obviously, if you're going on the daily, you need bigger stops. You're putting stops in, which is advisable. I've got a stop all the way up here, which it probably won't be here, but it just gives me a bit of breathing space. But yes, I mean, literally, you just look at, I use the moving averages to time when I actually go into a price trend. A price trend can often, will often, follow a price breakout. So, for example, the price has been in a range here, for example, like here, and then it breaks out of this range and we get a trend that forms. So it's just a case of looking. It's very difficult to get in right at the start of the trend because you never know because you will get false breakouts. So what you think is going to be a breakout and turns into a trend doesn't actually turn into a trend. And not every one will be a trend, and you get a shorter trend, you get longer trends and that. But when you get the bigger trends, then you literally just surf on it like a wave and just keep waving it until you get an indication, for example, that the trend's going to be broken, and that you can use moving averages. For example, like here, the 521 comes back up and then it breaks in and you get out, and you'd be right to get out back up there because then the trend reverses. So a trend doesn't go on forever and it will reverse. This is just the way I look at price trends, and every trader has a different way when they're trend trading at looking at price trends. But I tend to keep it fairly simple, and this is not advice, it's just the way I do it. And as I say, every trader is different, but you can overcomplicate it. At the end of the day, you're just looking at a consistent, one direction of price movement, and you're looking to ride it literally like riding a wave when you're surfing, and you keep going until eventually that price trends end. And that's how I do it, and that's just how I do it. I keep it simple, and that's how I identify price trends and trade price trends, and simple as that.